we've got John on the first star of our new show. How are we doing, John?
Good, thanks.
Good. So with me and John, we've just finished a 6 a.m. session. You can see it's pretty dark outside at the back, isn't it?
Yep.
So we started at what, quarter to six?
Quarter to six.
Finished at 6:30.
Yep.
Wicked. So what I want you guys to get out of this today, I want to get you a bit of inspiration and get you just hopefully inspired to go and do something yourself and do whatever you've been putting off. John's gone through every single bit of our programme. He's gone through a big journey himself in the personal life and everything like that. So I just want to spend the next 10 minutes or so and just dig a little deeper. So John, do you want to just tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Where you're from, etc., your age and everything like that, and then hopefully give the other fellas a bit of relatability too.
Cool. My name's John McNamara. I'm from Preston. I'm 50. I've gone on a bit of a journey. I was last November was probably a bit rock bottom. It's 20 stone, really low self-esteem. Was having issues at home, me and my wife, because I was lazy and just setting a routine. Worked hard at work, but then I thought that was the right thing and that was it, and kind of needed to reset. I didn't know what was the right thing to do. Something had to change, but we just didn't know what it was. Suzanne had heard about the Transform Hub. She'd done a couple of sessions before herself. And
this is your wife, isn't it?
Yeah, Suzanne, and basically introduced me to it. Just said, look, let's just see. So, actually, to be fair, I knew about the Transform Hub, but I put myself on. I spoke with you. I saw a Facebook message. Contacted James and just said, look, I was interested in it, and spoke with James and kind of signed up for the first 4 weeks without Suzanne knowing. Told her when I went to the first session because I wanted to just try and prove I could do something. I had no idea what I'd been taking on or what it was going to be. I'd been to gyms before, I'd tried diets and kind of none had worked. I didn't stick with it. There was no motivation in terms of that. So
before you even started with us then, so what were the day-to-day sort of problems you were getting? I know you said you have personal problems, relationship and things. So what were you personally experiencing, and what were the issues that you were having to go through day to day?
Well, like from the relationship point of view, like me and Suzanne have always got on, but we probably got to a point, it's kind of all marriages done, we've been married 18 years, we just got into that where we just like brother and sister. We just got into a routine and we didn't spend time together, we didn't do things together.
Yeah.
Suzanne did her things, I did my things, and that was it. We both worked really hard. I've got a particularly stressful job, but we never kind of set time aside. She'd do the shopping, I'd do this, I'd do that, and we just didn't do anything together. And I was getting into a cycle, me, where Suzanne would diet and go through things, and I didn't want to do that, so then I'd just carry on eating, and gradually, incrementally, it was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and got to a point where there was a photograph I got from September last year, and I just looked horrific, and I kind of knew at that point I needed to do something.
Okay, cool. So then you're saying before, so you then started the 4-week program with us. So what's the 4-week program, and how's it? What's different about it than to what you've done in the past?
Well, what was really good for me was doing a 4-week program. Was going, I'm going to set myself a goal, so I would know. I'm kind of pretty analytical with things, so I just know I had 4 weeks, and in 4 weeks I was going to either carry on or I wasn't, and it was kind of on me, and it was also depending on what I felt when I went down to the hub and found out who the people were and that type of thing. So I mean, it was a shock to the system, the first session, and I always remember the first session we'd gone round, and when you go there we have different stations, and I kind of managed through the first session. It was hard, it was tough, and whatever the last session was, the last station we were doing whatever the thing was, and at the end of it you had to do a lap around the building. That was like the kind of little finisher.
And no one likes them ones.
And I was really struggling to finish whatever it was, press ups, whatever it was, and the lads were already gone. And literally, I got to really near the end, and the trainer came over and said to me, "Look, don't worry about the lap. You know what I mean? Just finish what you're doing." And I was like, "No, I need to do it." And so I finished, and I got up to go out, and some of the lads were coming back, like the lads I was training with, and they said, "Have you not done it yet?" I was like, "No." So they ran around with me. and it was really kind of a moment for me. Literally getting halfway around, people I don't even know who were prepared to do a lap for me. Like they'd gone round and ran round with me, and kind of fell in love with the hub then. It was mad. It was just like kind of, I remember going back to saying to Suzanne, she said, what was it like? I said, it was like the toughest thing I'd ever done, but it was like the best thing I'd ever done.
So I think there's a key part in there from what you said then. So in terms of the sort of dynamics of it and our process and how it works, that's probably the main thing, isn't it? The community of the other fellas around. So why do you think all the other lads around you and the unity and the bond we all have? Why do you think that's so important?
It's massively important because everybody, like, we're training with guys that have got mental health issues, that have got tough times, that are going through tough times, that are there for different reasons, and none of that matters. Like, we come together as a team, so, and it's so important that, like, you're going around there and you're giving it your all and you're trying your best, and you're just trying there and help people. And you know, like, once we come out of here now, people are often doing different things in their lives, but this kind of brings us together. It's like a call-in at 5:45 in the morning. It's mad. Like, we come and we sort of, we're driving there going, why am I going to do it? And then while you're doing it, you kind of go, why am I doing it? But it's like the best feeling ever when you finish and everyone high-fives each other and gives each other an hug, and like, see you Wednesday, see you Thursday, Tuesday, whatever day it is. And then just crack on, and then you set up for the day. Just feel ace. Like, and can't explain it. It's one of them weird things that if you don't know what it is, then it's hard to explain. But
Yeah.
when you're here, it's the most natural thing in the world ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Seriously, and it's a calling. Like, that's the best thing. And I go into gyms. I sometimes go and we see her, and it's just the atmosphere is so different. That's what I can't explain. It becomes about the individual. Like, somebody goes in, puts their earpods on, and just goes and smashes out reps. Like, that's not what we do. We do it together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We work our backsides off, but we do it together, and that's massive.
Good. Awesome to hear, buddy. I know, because obviously John's, you've been with us sort of over a year now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or coming up to an year, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, about 12 months, isn't it?
Yeah, 12
But he's 12 months this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so John's with us 12 months, and he's the more I see him, the more and more excited he gets about it. So it's pretty unheard of anywhere else, that, isn't it?
I mean, it's great because I'm just over 3 stone. I've lost, and
You've lost 3 stone now.
3 stone from starting.
Awesome.
Which, like, for me, I never in my wildest dreams expected it to be that, and I've done that without mega dieting. You know what I mean? I'm careful what I eat now. I think about what I eat, but I don't feel like I have to stick to a massive strict diet. You know what I mean? We get massive health advice in terms of that, which is a big help. And that's
how does that work for you then? What is it that? How does the sort of the nutrition and program and support out? How does that help you, and why does that fit into your life so easily?
Well, it's good now because we're now getting into, and it's kind of fun on the Facebook page. Like, it's a prep off on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's setting all the things up and everyone's sharing recipes, and you know what I mean, trying to work things around in terms of it. And like, I'm out of the office quite a bit, or I could be out seeing customers, and that was always my excuse. I can't food prep, or I can't do this, or I can't do that because I'm out of the office. I don't know what I'm doing. So then it's natural to stop at a Greg's or like some of the services or whatever that is, and you just think about them things now. You know what I mean? You're smart about them things, and you really try and like just train yourself to do the right things. It's not just about weight loss, because like for me, it's also I've got muscles now. My legs are thinner, stronger, and I've got more time. I've got more effort. I can run. I can do things I just never could do. Play football. And they're all things that I suggest probably heading towards probably serious health issues, the way I was going on.
Yeah.
I've now no longer on high blood pressure, which has been amazing for me. That was one of my little goals.
You've lost the high blood pressure's
gone.
Gone.
Yeah, it's gone, which is so normal now with that. So, and I've still got a way to go. It's not just about, like you say, a weight loss thing. It's about an overall fitness, and I can do the things we're doing now, and that's what's great about the whole, because you're pushed without feeling that you're being pushed. You know what I mean? Like, the guys there'll be an extra 5 kilos on this, there'll be an extra thing on that, there'll be an extra rep of that, there'll be a no break in the middle, or whatever there is. But like, you know what? There's no pressure. You know what I mean? If you need to have that rest, then it's always been like, the big one for me was always injuries. That was always my fear, to get injured or pull something or do something. And I'm like, touch wood, there's been nothing, and I've been incredibly proud of myself that I've never missed a session. I've always, bar going on holiday for a week,
Yeah.
Like I've made every session because the trainers are brilliant. They think about that. They're smart about each of the sessions that we do. It's geared round not overdoing it, you know what I mean, but like push yourselves, like come out. I want to come out sweating. I want to come out out of breath, thinking I've worked my backside, and then I can set myself up for the day. Go home, have a shower, have a bit of breakfast, and you just feel great. I can't.
So obviously you've got like a hand job. It's quite a stressful job, right? You're on the road a lot. How do you say it's impacted your work life?
And what's kind of weird with work, I'm now I've been promoted over the last year as well, which has been great. So I'm group sales manager.
Would you say that's down to?
Yes, because you know what, like I used to, and I've always sold, and I've always done it, and that's it's incredibly stressful as a job anyway. Selling, to sell for 20 years and do targets and do numbers and do that and be constantly, you know what I mean, striving to do that has always been. But I'd do that because at home, I'd come home and I'd work at home. So I'd be at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, doing stuff at home, like working, which for me was the right thing. But actually from a family life, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And what's weird about it is I've been promoted and I'm still doing my numbers and I kind of switch off. Like I'm always available on mobile or via email, but we make time at home, and that's what's great. So
you find that you sort of the stress levels from work have really dropped since.
Yeah.
And you're not bringing that into your home life anymore.
No, and
that's amazing.
What you have to do, you have to be like really. I said to you, I'm kind of analytical with things, so I've had to look at things instead of going. I need to work 15 hours a day to make a result. Like, you know what? If you only have 12 hours in a day, then you make that work, and that's what I do. So I come home and I go, no, it's family time, and I figure on that. And one of the things I was saying to James before is like every single day, whether I'm training or I'm not, I spend an hour, like, and I'm going to go out for a walk, and I'm going to do something. I want to do something for an hour, which is kind of my time, but to put my AirPods in and just go out and just do something, and it kind of helps reset yourself and just, you know, prepare for tomorrow and do things. And I like to do it in the morning when, like, Suzanne and the kids are still in bed. So, like, for me, I'm back, and then like we can have breakfast together. And that's the thing now, going from here now, we have breakfast together, then go off to school. And whereas before I didn't, I just stayed in bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Literally to the last minute, jump out of bed, have a shower, go to work, and do my stuff. So it's not just about going to a gym. It's not just about that side of things. It's the whole thing. It's changed that. I've now made friends. So the guys in the hub now, like, we see each other out of the hub. You know what I mean? We're constantly on there on little challenges, on Apple Watches and things like that. So it transcends just this. And that's what's important now, is the community. And the community thing is huge. And I never ever would have said I had a mental illness or I had anything that, like, I need to think about, but I probably did and never knew about it. I just kind of...
It's that awareness. I think people become so, like, sort of conditioned into how they feel. They think that's the norm.
Yeah.
But until you actually start living life on the higher level, you don't realise what's actually out there until you start achieving for yourself, do you?
And you know what? Like, your self-esteem. Like, I go into work and it's fab work. People, like, they notice, and it's not about that. It's not. But like for me, there are little things. Like, you go in there and I feel better. I was in London the other week with work at a high-end meeting, and I wear a suit now and I feel smart in a suit. Well, I hated it. I'd always wear jumpers and baggy jackets and things like that. Whereas now, you know what I mean, I'm getting to a stage where I feel comfortable in what I'm wearing and what I'm doing with them things. So, which is all positives, you know what I mean? And it does all go, and it's all mental health. It's all about that side of things. So.
Awesome, mate. Well, I know you're keen to get off to work to go and smash the sales out today. But just before you go there, can you give sort of one piece of advice to anyone that's sort of thinking of doing anything, not even just our programme, but anything sort of that they feel like they need to go out and attack and go for the goal, but sort of holding themselves back at the minute? What would you say?
I honestly would say don't put off something. Like, there's always been a thing like, don't do today or do tomorrow what you can do today. And I've been put off because of gyms and the impression that people have of going to gyms and being very self-fulfilling, going to a gym and all that type of thing. And this is not what this is. I've just got to get up, you know what I mean, go down there, meet people, you know what I mean, put the effort in, work, and figure it out. And you know what, you just feel so good for it. And like everybody that we train with, we all have our little stories, but you know what, we come together as a team and we work together. And with the help of James and the team that he's got, it's amazing. Like my daughter, Neve's 14, she's got some severe learning difficulties. And she now takes part in there's a parent-child classes on Saturday, and like I can't tell you, it's like the highlight of a week. Like it's crazy. She's like turning down going to parties because she wants to go to the gym, and like that's amazing. Like for me to see that, so the whole family's involved in it.
Leading by example, isn't it, mate?
Well,
That's it.
I mean, it's ace, it's ace. So Suzanne's in the ladies' gym, so like it's a true team effort that we're doing, and we buy into this. We believe in it. So if you're thinking about it, you should do it, seriously. And there's so many different benefits. It's not about going and losing weight or wanting to push weights, whatever that is. It's about that whole family environment and become part of something, and it will help. It will.
Awesome. Right, well, thank you very much, John, for being on our first Men's Fitness Lancashire episode today.
Cool.
So, I appreciate it, and I'll let you get yourself off to work today.
Good man.
Cheers, bud.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys, and we'll see you soon.